But great, you might say. So now I have more terminology that I have to memorize: contrapositive, converse, and inverse, and implication or conditionals. What use is this? Well, remember that I said that sometimes it is a lot easier to prove statements about the contrapositive rather than the original statement. To give you sort of a flavor or an indication of this, let's go ahead and see how we can translate English sentences into contrapositive equivalent statements of those. I'm going to take an English sentence and I'm going to translate it into logic and then look at it both in its original implication form and its equivalent contrapositive form. So this is an example that we've already seen before, so I'm going to write it down rather quickly. So let's go ahead and consider the following statement. So you recall this example: whenever the system is being upgraded, the user cannot access the file system. And we defined two logical variables, one being the system is being upgraded, and another one, A, the user accesses the file system. So we already saw that this English sentence right here could be translated into the following implication. We already saw that this sentence can be translated as U implies not A right here. If the system is being upgraded, then the user cannot access the file system right here. Well, since we know that this implication right here is logically equivalent to its contrapositive, so recall P implies Q is logically equivalent to not Q implies not P right here, we know that this thing right here is logically equivalent to the following. So we know that U implies not A is logically equivalent to the contrapositive. So the contrapositive says I flip the P and Q and I put nots in front of them. So here I'm using U and A, so I'm going to put the A on the left-hand side with its not, and then I'm going to put a not in front of it. And then I'm going to put the U on the other side with a not in front of it as well. So here I have taken the contrapositive of this particular statement right here. And I can simplify that with a couple of my identities. Actually, I only need one of them. So I have this double negation right here, so I know that this is A implies not U right here. So I know that this is a completely logically equivalent way that I could express formally this particular sentence. And I could then go back and translate this into English. So if I translated this into English, it would read as follows. And through the power of the contrapositive, I have then been able to take this English sentence and find a logically equivalent English sentence right here that, in my opinion, is more clear. If the user accesses the file system, then the system is not being upgraded. It's completely logically equivalent. So this should give you an indication of some of the power of using the contrapositive.